Homelessness is getting really bad in America.
Yeah, it really is. It can happen to anybody at any age.
Yeah.
20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s.
It can. And the thing about it is this. The thing about it is this, is that it's getting worse. We have been like, even when we're in the United States, like driving around in certain areas, you notice the homelessness. It's sad, you know. Watching so many videos about people that can't afford their rent, and they're choosing. A lot of people right now are choosing to be homeless because they can't afford it. They can't afford it. There's no affordable housing.
And this can happen to anybody, whether you're single or with a family.
Exactly. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to first start out with this video about this poor man, and it's 67 years old, and he's blind, living in a hotel because he was evicted. Evicted, doesn't know where he's going to go from here at 67 years old. So watch this, you all, and we're going to come back to react to this.
Am I going to be able to find another place?
The only thing certain for 67-year-old Gary Gilbert right now is that he soon will have to move again, this time from this Oakland motel. He's been staying here since he was evicted from his subsidized apartment in January for non-payment of rent. Since then, he and Maria Guerra, an attorney with the nonprofit East Bay Community Law Center, had been fighting the eviction in court and offered to pay all of his back rent. Late Friday, a judge denied Gilbert's request to move back into the Oakland Station senior apartment.
Total surprise, because he had sided with us when we first went to court. I thought that was his decision.
Gilbert says a family member who was managing his finances failed to pay his rent. He says he didn't know his landlord had started eviction proceedings because he's legally blind, and all of the notices were in writing. He says he had asked his landlord for verbal notices of anything important.
Before I left this earth, I thought that would be my last resting place. Now everything's up in the air, and I don't know what.
Now, you all, this story has so many layers to it. First of all, to know that he's blind and was relying on a family member to pay for his rent is just so sad to me. And we see this one video, but how many other stories are like that? People who are being evicted, disabled people who are being evicted because their family members aren't doing the right thing.
Yeah, that's sad.
It is. It really is.
Especially when you know that they need you. They need you. So I mean, you gotta do something. Help them out.
So it's really sad that they offered him, and his lawyer offered to pay the back rent, knowing that the landlord should have given him a verbal warning because he is blind. And they offered to give the landlord the back rent, but they still decided that they don't want to have him in the apartment.
It's crazy. Like you said, why would they do that?
And I know. And it just breaks my heart to know that, like, it's like, where is he going? Where is this guy going, really?
Family members, like, wake up,
It's so sad. And I read from my research, the highest demographics that's being homeless right now, or that's ending up as being homeless, is the elderly, you all. Where are their kids?
Exactly. That's true.
Where are their family members? I think that we really need to come together as community, you all, because I just think that there's too much separateness. America teaches us too much separateness, when right now we need each other, and it should be more of a community.
Yeah, definitely. It should be a more tight-knit community.
Yeah.
That way you could form a family.
Exactly.
That way you can depend on others to back you up when you need them,
mm-hmm.
and vice versa.
And I look at here in Mexico, I always talk about this, how it's nothing for it to be multi-generational housing here. families are so close knit. Like when you see families, you see so many. You see the grandmother, the mother, the grandfather. They're all together. You know,
The kids
in the malls, sitting down for dinner.
Yes.
I think that we have to go back to our roots as family and try to take care of each other.
Yeah.
Because if you don't prepare, if we don't prepare, this could be us.
Yeah.
This could be us. Because the majority of America is living paycheck to paycheck. So we need each other.
That's true.
We need each other. So let's just move back into this. We have a few more points, but we have one more video about this poor young girl or young woman, that was evicted from her apartment as well, living in a hotel with 4 kids. 4 kids, you all. So let's watch this.
I've been living in a hotel with my 4 kids for almost a year. And a lot of people be so behooved, like, oh my God, a year? A year. When we moved into the hotel, I had $2,500 to my name and a messed up credit history. So at the time, I was not able to rent, and I was not able to provide these people that I made 3 times the rent on paper. It took me 8 months to find a job, and I was not expecting that. And when I was able to find a job, you know, they weren't necessarily offering me a pay that could get me out of the hotel. But I took it anyway because I was grateful. It's a job that I love doing. But that's 8 months of debt that I've accumulated on top of my credit history debt. I pay the hotel weekly. The internet is not free. So even while working, it's hard to say.
So here we go, you all. Let's look at her situation. Yeah, she is young, but with 4 kids, when you find yourself evicted and having to live in a hotel, it's very hard to dig yourself out financially.
Yeah.
Very hard, right?
Especially when they're not paying you much in the job in the first place.
Exactly. Because she mentioned 8 months worth of debt plus
8 months to find a job.
Yeah, 8 months.
Of debt.
Exactly. So it's like, this is the reality, you all, of being homeless in America. And some people are on the verge of being homeless in America because so many people are living paycheck to paycheck. And I know that we've been saying save as much as you can. Believe me, we know. Right now, it's like, how are you asking us to save when we can barely pay for our necessities?
It's true.
Right?
Certain necessities are getting higher.
Like it is.
Food, whatever you need from the store, clothes, whatever. Think about it. Whatever you need, you can get it.
So the thing about it is this. Now's the time not to have pride, you all, and reduce your expenses. We're working on that as we speak. It's very important to reduce your expenses. I say bring back multi-generational living, right? Where everyone comes together, they're living together, and they're paying for all the bills. Another option is to have roommates, right? I know that some of you already do have roommates, but maybe even like we've been saying in other videos, go to a different state that has a lower cost of living.
Yep.
Have roommates there. Now is the time to get your expenses under control because there's so many layoffs that's coming.
Yep.
Right? Now, like we said, it's not the time to have pride. The key word here is survival.
This is survival mode.
It is. It really is. For all of us.
For everyone.
For all of us.
Yes.
Now, moving abroad may be an option for some of you all, or living abroad may be an option for some of you all. We do have videos in our description box if you're interested in moving abroad to Mexico.
Yes.
And the important things to look out for if you are looking for Mexico, moving abroad to Mexico. You all, it is going to get harder before it gets better. The tariffs that Trump has imposed on all these countries, there's a delay, you all. There's a delay when it comes to the pricing.
Yep.
Right? And these are going to affect our everyday things, our necessities. So try to reduce your expenses. And if you can increase your income, try to do that too.
Yes.
But I know that the job market right now is crazy because there's so many people federal people being laid off. That's in competition with private people that are being laid off. So the economy is sort of trash too right now. So
service industry also.
Yeah. So
it's tough.
It really is. So we're dependent on you all. Please comment below and give us some ideas. Give our viewers ideas of how you're saving money.
Trying to better yourself and find people like-minded like yourself to live with.
Yeah.
You can, split up the expenses so everybody can afford to live better.
Exactly. Comment below. Let us know what you're doing to save money or what you're doing to increase your income. All right. Until the next time.
Adios, Expat Barber.
Peace.